been hosting panels throughout the Pan-African Film Festival related to both real estate and film and television. This panel today is about job placement and industry training. And we have a wonderful list of panelists for you here today. Joining me here on my left, we have Carl Gist from the Los Angeles Urban League. We have James Staton from Yes to Jobs. We have September Hill from the Los Angeles NAACP. And we have Shannon Nelson, also from the Los Angeles Urban League. If you don't mind, I'd like to start us off with a round of applause. Well, thank you all so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, I think we'd like to go down the line. Feel free to tell us about your organization. Shannon and Carl, you guys can talk about the different things you do in relation to the Urban League, but tell us specifically about your organization and your job training programs and industry placement.
Yes, thank you. My name is Carl Gist. I'm the Director of Entertainment Initiatives for the Los Angeles Urban League and also the lead for their Backstage Careers program. And it's a program designed to train people from underserved communities to work in and around production for film, TV, and live events.
Good morning. My name is James Staton. I'm the Executive Director for Yes to Jobs. We are an organization that's focused on workforce development or workforce training for young people 16 to 25 years of age. We are focused on training and preparation and exposure to careers in media, digital media, business affairs, legal affairs, and technology. We've been in existence since around 1987. I am fondly referred to as the oldest living Yes to Jobs kid, and as I came through the program back in 1987, and we resurrected ourselves about right at the beginning of the pandemic, and we've been able to pivot and have some successes training young people. We've trained about 80 or so young people in the last 3 years, and placed some in some employment, and are always looking to place them in entry-level careers as well. So that's what Yes to Jobs is and does.
Hi, I'm September Hill. I'm the program manager for advocacy and outreach at the NAACP Hollywood Bureau. So I'm sure you're all aware of the NAACP as the oldest civil rights organization in the country. We have over 2,000 different chapters and branches throughout the country, and over 2 million members. We have 2 bureaus, and one is in DC for legislative advocacy, and our Hollywood Bureau is the second bureau, and that's for advocacy in the space of entertainment field for diverse representation. And so you probably know the Hollywood Bureau best by the Image Awards every year. Next Saturday, we'll be celebrating the 54th Image Awards, and so we're really proud of that accomplishment. The Hollywood Bureau has been around for 20 years, a little bit over 20 years now, because about that time, our president at the time saw that there was a decline in Black representation on television and film, and although we've been doing advocacy since 1919 and the Birth of the Nation film, the advocacy had gone all those years, but we didn't have a bureau here, and we felt we need to have a presence and we need to make a little bit of noise. And so one of the first things they did around 2000 was sign an MOU with the 3 major networks for more diverse representation, and they were going to be held accountable. That's when you started to see a lot of more DEI representatives from each of the networks, and you started to see those kind of programs. So now we've invested more. Our new president, President Johnson, has invested more into our Hollywood Bureau over the last couple of years, and that's about the length of time most of us have been there. And we're starting to develop more pipeline programs, initiatives, partnerships, alliances, and so forth. And that's what I'm spearheading mostly.
Good morning, I'm Shannon Nelson, the Vice President of Development at the Los Angeles Urban League. A lot of people know about the Urban League, but we celebrated our 100th anniversary during COVID in 2020. And as most of you know, we're social justice and advocacy, workforce development, and education, a nonprofit, and we are an affiliate of the National Urban League. And I'm just very glad to be here and excited to join the panel and to see all of your lovely faces this morning. Thank you.
Fantastic. We're so happy to have all of you here with us. I'd actually like to start with James, and I'd like to ask you, how have you seen job placement change when you talked about the 80 students or members that you've placed in the last 3 years. Have you seen any change in those 3 years? Or I also know this program has had a very long tail. You guys started very long ago. How has it changed from the very beginning until now?
Great question. So we got our start back in 86, 87. Herb Alpert and Jerry Moss got together and they were having a conversation about basically sort of spurred by some work that the NAACP had done around the lack of representation at a certain level in the music business. And so their response was, we need to, when they started talking, how did they get their start? And they talked about they were in high school, and there was an uncle or a cousin or a dad or somebody who brought them to work and introduced them to the industry. And so they created Yes to Jobs in response to the lack of